In 1999, Chris and the late Ed Mattingly and I saw that there was a real need in the community for primarily children's programs and activities. We felt like a children's library would be the perfect solution. In 1999, we opened the doors of the Round Top Children's Library in the Rummel House.
After we got the Rummel House restored and started our little children's library, it's a very small building, and I was driving down a country road, and I'm a restoration builder, so I pay attention to odd old buildings, and I saw sitting out in the middle of a hayfield, probably several hundred yards off the road, this very peculiar looking building. It was very interesting. How it was to find an abandoned old place of worship in the middle of a field and then have the resources show up to be able to take it apart and re-erect it like it was some sort of a tinker toy, and then come up with this phenomenally beautiful historic building was really a miracle. Marianne and Sturley McCall really paid for all of the move, the restoration, and everything.
We really noticed that it was no longer a children's library, that really everybody in the community was engaged in activities and using the facilities. So we decided to change the name to the Round Top Family Library.
Children, what do you see?
What's really turned out to be significant is that so many of the programs that we started in the beginning for children, like art and music, have really expanded in the community. The school district has now taken over those activities, and it all came from what little things we started back in 1999, and that's incredibly rewarding.
The library interacts with us in multiple ways. In particular, after-school programs. They offer an after-school program with art or gardening, theater at different times, so we are able to bus our students who are participating over from the school and provide transportation for that. And they also offer an ESL program in the evening.
Starving doesn't mean sleeping.
The Round Top Library is unique in that in our community, we really don't have any other outlets for the children during the summertime. We don't have a Head Start program or a summer rec program. We're really the only entity to help bridge that gap between when school lets out in the summer and starts back up in the fall. So we take that very seriously.
The library provides needs such as the early literacy piece, even something as simple as story time for the student, having that imagination in a student to develop their reading skills at an early age.
This library has benefited me because I did my Girl Scout Gold Award project here. I redesigned the kids' summer reading program, and so that helped me gain a scholarship.
We have continued to be an incubator for programs and needs in the school.
6% or more are ESL learners. I believe it's 20% are at-risk kids. 35% are economically disadvantaged. And when you can have the amount of support that we have from our volunteers, and they can reach our children who don't have really any other avenue in our community, it feels wonderful.
It's wonderful to have a library where people can come and enrich their lives, educate their lives, serve. With us being a nonprofit, volunteering is very important, as well as us reaching out regardless of age, color, or whatever.
The reaction in our community has just been phenomenal. We have been blessed with a growth in population of retired people in our area, and the number of those that are coming through our doors and offering their expertise to the children, to the adults, has just been overwhelming. To really donating not only their time but their money. Without donations, we just cannot run. We would not have these programs. We would not have ESL. We would not have our summer reading program. We would not have our cultural exchange. We would not have our kids' health in the kitchen. We simply would not exist without the generosity of those who fund us.
From the very beginning, it's always been the work of a lot of people, and that's very heartwarming to me, that it matters to other people as well.
It's an incredible honor to have the enormous number of extraordinary people, incredibly talented people, both in staff and in the board and in the volunteers, that really make this work. It's a big portion of why this is such a special place.
Not very many people get to leave such a concrete legacy.
Without the Round Top Family Library and without their commitment to the school and to the students and to the parents and to our staff, we wouldn't be where we are today. And it's such a positive partnership that I don't know what I would do without them.
It's very much like that you had a dream of something that was impossible, and that somehow, by miracle, things showed up that made that happen. Is really kind of a deep spiritual experience for me. It's like when I die, I know for sure that something I did really matters. It still exists for the community.